Hi everybody, it's Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, and I had someone ask me just the other day, what do you do when your partner doesn't support you? What do you do if your husband doesn't support you? And we train others how we want to be treated on a daily basis. We may not realize it, but the way we carry ourselves, the way we stand, our body language, and whether we allow someone to continue to do the same thing over and over again is training someone. So just like with a horse or a puppy or a dog, if we allow the dog to get away with a bad behavior, the bad behavior will continue. Now, if you're a horse person, and I had a video up of horses, I guess it was last week, and some people objected to the way the trainer was handling the horse. Well, when you're dealing with a 1,200-pound animal, if you let that animal think that you're afraid, that animal is going to trample you, maybe knock you down, and possibly maim you, or if not, throw you off the horse if you're on it. So how do we train people how we want to be treated? Well, the first thing is we need to know, what will we accept? What will we not accept? So if you allow someone to call you a bitch or whore or worse, if you're a woman, you've probably at some point in your life been called the C word. If you allow that, if you stay with somebody that treats you that way, if you don't refuse to accept that kind of behavior, you've got to stand up for yourself. Now, we have to do this gently with compassion. Now, with children, how do we train our children how we want to be treated? We love our children. We're kind to our children. We have to respect them. So if we're being really mean and miserable and saying horrible things to our kids when they're little, guess what's going to happen when they become teenagers? Are they going to love us? Are they going to be generous with their love? Are they going to be kind and compassionate with their words? No. So we have to treat ourselves first the way we want to be treated. So if you don't respect you, you're going to find other people don't respect you. So you've got to know what you will and will not accept. So in the past, we've all done things like where we've left things unsaid. We want to keep the peace. We don't want people to be upset with us. We want people to like us. And when that is our motivational factor, we get really in trouble, because it's really important that you love you, that you stand up for you, that you're an advocate for you, because nobody else is going to do it for us. We have to have good boundaries. We have to love and respect ourselves. We have to stand upright with our shoulders back, our chin down, and our tummy in. Because if we're just kind of hunched, and we're standing there like this, doesn't it look like I would take any kind of behavior from any person? So you want to, even, if you're a little person, because I'm not very big, so you stand up straight, you expand yourself, you take up more room. Rather than apologizing for who we are, we've got to be confident in ourselves. We have to love us. We have to be respectful of us. So we have to take care of this person, this being. So the first sign, especially when we're dating someone, first date, it's a good thing to talk about your core values. Are your core values in alignment? Because if you don't know your core values, you don't know you. Talk to me about that. Send me an email, jenniferelizabethmasters@gmail.com. I have an article on my website, the 5 reasons why you need to know your core values. It's very important. So if your core values don't align, you might as well give the relationship a pass, because if they aren't in alignment with you, spiritually speaking, the relationship isn't going to work. If they don't value your business or what it is that you do, if they object to what you do, your core values aren't in alignment. If they are not respectful and they don't treat you with respect, Is it going to work? Do you think that person's going to change? We have to look at somebody as they are, as they present themselves to us, rather than falling in love with the possible potential that they may, at some point in some lifetime, achieve. It's best to meet someone where they are. When they act a certain way, trust that that's who they are. Okay, so what else do we have to do in order to have people treat us with respect? Well, we can ask, could you please not use that tone of voice with me? I would prefer it if you could calm down. Now, if anger is what's happening, if you're both angry at the moment, then, like I might get with my cat in a second, if you're starting to feel angry and really triggered, it might be a good idea to take a break. Let's reconvene in about 10 minutes after we've let off some steam. That might be a good idea. But it takes time to build rapport with someone. It also takes time to have people treat us the way we want to be treated. And just like with a puppy, the minute that somebody does something that doesn't work for you, rather than keep it quiet, zipped upper lip, they're not going to know. So you have to state, I would prefer it if you would please not call me bitch. I would prefer it if you would treat me with respect. And if the person cannot do that, then maybe it's time to walk away. You have to respect yourself enough to know that if someone isn't willing to work with you and do what you want, then maybe this isn't the best partnership. Maybe it's not the best friendship. If someone doesn't honor your boundaries, then, they're crossing your boundaries. Even after you've said, please don't do that, or please don't say that. If that's continuing to happen, then you may need to take a step back and take another look. Assess, is this relationship, friendship, whatever it is this in alignment with what I want for myself? And if it's not, you have to be prepared to let it go. And know when you do, someone, something, somewhere better for you is going to come along, because that's the way the universe works. That when we get the lesson, when we learn how to establish our boundaries, when we learn that we are number one, numero uno for ourselves, and we advocate for us, then the universe is going to step up and bring us higher quality people, because we are honoring ourselves. And that's what we're meant to do. This being is a gift. You are a gift. So treat yourself as that is the case. You are a beautiful being and a gift. So honor yourself. Ask for what it is that you want. Do it compassionately and be consistent. Here's the thing about boundaries, and I can tell you from past experience, when I'm going to just pick up this kitty because he's really kind of being annoying here. So this guy has been beaten up a few times, and so I had to honor him by keeping him inside. So back to the boundaries. So what happens is with boundaries, that when we first start to establish boundaries, it may feel uncomfortable. And we have to practice. We have to know, okay, so this is what I feel comfortable with, but I don't feel comfortable with that. So we need to state what it is we want. And then we may have to state it again. And if the boundary keeps being crossed, then maybe it's time to walk away. Now, if you've sunk 30 years into a marriage and your boundaries are being crossed, then somewhere along the way, you missed that opportunity to train that person how you wanted to be treated. Or maybe you've just started to come into your own, started to feel confident and started to really stand up for yourself. Well, if that's true, and it does happen because we grow, we learn, and we're changing all the time, hopefully growing all the time. So as we learn new things, then we may have to say to our partner, I think it's time for us to renegotiate, because our old way of being in relationship it's not working for me anymore because I feel differently about myself. I love myself. I respect myself. And I would like you to do the same. And this is what I would like for you to do for me. Could you do that, please? So that is a way. So we're going to model the behavior that we want. So with our children, with others, we treat others with respect. We treat others with kindness. And so that will come back to us. But if we're not being kind to others, and if we're swearing at other people or yelling at other people, then that's what's going to happen. We're going to have that kind of behavior come back to us. So now, have you ever noticed that someone who complains at work, the boss is always yelling at me, and why does the boss not yell at you? Well, perhaps you don't take responsibility for your actions. So we have to take responsibility for what we've created. Yes, I was late. I apologize. I will do my best to not let it happen again instead of, well, it's not my fault. The traffic was bad. What could I do? So that's not taking responsibility for your actions. We have to take responsibility for what our part is in it. And when we do, then the universe will support us and the boss will respect us more too. Let me think if there's anything else that we need to talk about. Oh, yes. So we might be thinking something. We may be thinking, I want them to treat me differently. But if our behavior doesn't change, nothing has changed. So as a hypnotherapist, that's work that I do. And as an energy healer, that's work that I do for my clients. I help to reprogram the unconscious mind. And there's lots of different ways that we can do that. Go to my website. I've got 955 blog articles, lots of them on the unconscious mind and how to reprogram it. And if you're interested in working with me, you can always reach me at jenniferelizabethmasters@gmail.com and watch for my book coming out in February, Happy Anywhere. I see Falak, and she's helped to reread my book and help me steer me in the right direction. So thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. Remember, honor yourself, respect yourself, set healthy boundaries, and know that every single day we are training others to treat us a certain way. So if you've already asked to be treated with respect and you're treating them with respect and they're not honoring you, then maybe it's time to say, this is not working and I think we need to part ways. And the universe will support you with someone even better. I love you. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. Remember, love yourself first and more love will be given to you. I love you. Thanks for watching.